Stay on. Hi, I'm Muhammad Salman Alfarizi from the Department of Geography, Education University of Indonesia, Class 1A, and I will explain about volcanic eruption disaster mitigation. Disasters are events that threaten and disrupt the lives and livelihood of people caused by natural factors, non-natural factors, and human factors, resulting in human casualties, environmental damage, property losses, and psychological impact. Indonesia is an archipelago located at the latitude of the equator and is located between two oceans and two continents. Indonesia is the meeting place for three tectonic plates, namely Indo-Australian plates, Eurasian plates, and Pacific plates, causing Indonesia to have many volcanoes, and this area is called the Ring of Fires, because Indonesia is crossed by two young mountainous lands, the Pacific Circle and the Mediterranean Circle. Indonesia is a country that has most active volcanoes in the world. That spread of Indonesia volcanoes extends along the coastline starting from the island of Sumatra to Papua. In Indonesia, the number of active volcanoes is 128, which are spread throughout Indonesia, when is the majority guarded on the island or Sumatra and Java. Volcanic eruptions are part of volcanic activity known as eruption. The danger of volcanic eruption can produce hot lava flow, hot cold, toxic gases, lava flow, throw of incandescent material, as rain, earthquake, to tsunamis. There are several stages of process of the eruption of the mountain. First, the eruption process begins with the pressure of magma in the bowel of the earth. Secondly, the heat in the earth is able to melt the rock that make up the layers of the earth. When the rocks melt, gas is produced, which then mixed with magma. This magma is formed at depth of 16 to 116 km below the surface of the earth. Third, gas containing magma will then be passed little by little to survive to the surface of the earth, because it has a mass that is lighter than the solid rock around it. Gas containing magma is a condition under the pressure of heavy around it. This pressure causes magma to erupt, what is called a volcanic eruption. People who live in around volcano area must have knowledge about mitigation from volcanic disaster, so that when a volcanic eruption occurs, people living in around the volcano are ready to face the impact of the eruption disaster. People who live in around the volcano area must have knowledge about mitigation from volcanic disaster, so that when a volcano eruption occurs, people living around the volcano are ready to face the impact of the eruption disaster. Disaster mitigation is a series of efforts to reduce disaster risks, both through physical development and awareness and capacity building in the face of disaster threat. Disaster mitigation stages are divided into three plans. First, pre-disaster. Second, during a disaster. 3. After the disaster. First, pre-disaster or before disaster. People who live in around the volcano area must always pay attention to the direction from PPMBG or Pusat Vulkanologi dan Mitigasi Bencana Geologi, and pay attention to volcanic activity. Prepare a max and protective Google to deal with volcanic dust. Knowing the emergency evacuation route prepared by the authorities. Prepare another evacuation scenario if the impact of the eruption extends beyond expert prediction. Prepare logistical support, including ready to eat food, flashlight, gas, medicine, and other. Secondly, during a disaster or when the disaster strikes. First, not in the location of the eruption. 2. Not in a valley of watershed. 3. When an earthquake occurs, find a place to take shelter, for example, under table. 3. Avoid the coast, because if the volcano is in the middle of the ocean, it will have the potential for a tsunami, like what happened in a mountain Krakatau. 4. Avoid open space. Use protective goggles. Do not wear lens. Use masks or wet cloth to cover your mouth and nose. Wear close clothes that protect the body. 3. After a disaster, reduce exposure to volcanic ash. Avoid driving a car in an area affected by volcanic ash rain because it can damage the bicycle engine. Clean the roof of a pile of volcanic dust because its weight can knock down and damage the roof of a house building. Beware of river flow area that have the potential to be marked by lava hazards during the rainy season. Beware of aftershock that can occur at any time, and always pay attention to the latest information from the government. In addition, from this stage, the community must have a backup plan in the face of volcanic eruption because each problem is different as well as the way it is handled. So many explanations from me, and thank you.